We're here.
We are here.
We're here.
Hello, everybody. This is the World of Controversy podcast, the podcast that brings you all forms of controversy.
How y'all doing? I feel fantastic.
This is episode 28.
Yes, episode 28. Wow.
Yes, this is a blessing to make it this far.
It really is. It really is.
Now, we have a nice, lovely, beautiful, intelligent guest on today.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Shaunta Davis. You want me to get my background?
You can give me background.
Okay. My name is Shaunta Davis. I'm a full-time accountant. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have a company called Hidden Figures LLC, where I help small business and just individuals with their taxes, bookkeeping, and financial planning. And I also teach financial literacy to the youth in the community, just to tell them the importance of financial literacy and educate them.
Wait a minute. Can you help me with my finances?
I got you.
While you do my
man.
taxes, okay?
Yeah, get that big refund. World of Controversy podcast. You can follow us, WOC_pod on Twitter. You can listen on Spotify, Anchor, Podchaser, and everywhere else you can get your podcast. I feel fantastic today. Rob, how you doing?
I am good. I am blessed. Shaunta Davis, how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
Yes, we are
Long
excited.
time coming.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you guys.
Oh, man.
If you wait for us, you'll be waiting for years. Absolute years. Oh, man. What are we talking about today, Rob?
All right, we're talking about 15 an hour. Is it a livable wage? Will it affect the economy? How would it affect the economy? And will people lose jobs?
Which people will you lose jobs? Because they tell me if you raise the minimum wage, you're going to see a decrease in skilled workers' jobs. Now, there's an argument that even people working with minimum wage wages are technically quote-unquote skilled, but they're not
Motivated.
Oh, jeez. I'm really trying not to be mean on this episode. My hardest because, I never worked minimum wage. I don't think I've worked minimum wage maybe once with a nonprofit. Remember Get Ready? Go Ready? What is it called? Work Ready. Remember Work Ready?
You like 14?
Yes. Since I was 14 years old, I've been doing a little work, and I think they paid maybe the minimum wage, and that had to be 2008 or 2009. Maybe.
I never worked like the exact minimum wage. Minimum wage is still $7.25.
Right.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. We haven't had a major increase in over a decade now?
Yes, it said 2009.
Yeah.
2009, which was before $7.25, wasn't it $5?
I think it was like 7.15.
I thought it was like 5.
I think it went up by some cents, so
Some cents,
7.15 would make sense. Yeah.
All right, 7.15. That's not even much of a change.
Well, that's the whole thing. We're talking, all these people talking about, oh yeah, if we raise the minimum wage, it's not gonna hurt jobs. Every time we've raised the minimum wage, it's only been by cents. A lot of the time, only by cents.
So yeah, but since I worked it, I've been in the double digits. My first job started at $10 an hour.
Okay.
$10 an hour. Went to $11 an hour, 12. Right now, I make like 19 an hour.
Okay, that's good.
I don't get much hours, but
And that goes back to what I'm thinking, and I know Tay, you can dig deeper on this. What is your minimum wage? What is your minimum you're willing to pay as the worker? Like, as an individual, how much are you willing to let a corporation pay you for your labor? I mean, and is that healthy to look at it that way? I mean, how much are you, what's the lowest I can pay you to do some work? Bam.
To be honest, with the way the economy is rolling and inflation, I don't even think 15 is enough.
Wow. Okay.
To be honest with you, but then I gotta play devil's advocate because I gotta think, because as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
paying somebody 15, that's a lot. Like, you paying everybody up in, that means a lot of people gonna eventually lose jobs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you afford to pay everybody that.
Right.
But I do believe that they do need to raise the minimum wage, $7.25 in Philadelphia,
No
one
way.
of the 6 largest cities in America.
No way.
Rents is crazy.
No way.
I bought strawberries for $9 at Whole Foods. You have to. It's crazy. But if you had to pay me, I don't even know if I can do 15.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to really survive.
Right. Right.
Really, you need like 18, 19 hour, 40-hour work week to at least live like a
Okay, like maybe in like 19, 20, yeah, but 15. It's better than 720, 750, or what is it, 725?
Yeah.
It's way better than that.
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's crazy. I had to look because I was doing research before the podcast, and I'm like, it's really 725. It's been like that since 2009.
Disturbing.
Yeah.
Disturbing. They say only less than 2% of our workforce work off of 725, and it's a good chance that those people are married or related or living with someone that's making way over 725. So that's out of everyone working. I believe that's how they figure out the workforce. Only less than 2% are relying on the minimum wage. Now, check this out. If we raised it to 15, that affects a lot more people.
Yep.
Because you got to factor in everyone working for every wage in between $7.25 and $15. $13 an hour people, $11 an hour people, $14. All those people would get a raise if it got raised to $15 an hour.
And a lot of companies are not want to pay all them people.
That's why I'm siding. Like, I can understand that. I can understand that. So I was doing research. So in Seattle, they raised the minimum wage to $15 per hour. And what happened was a lot of the companies start cutting hours
Right.
and then hiring people for lower wages. So they try to like balance it out because they couldn't afford to pay everybody 15. So they had to let a lot of people go.
I know.
Yeah.
I think the other key to this is that the argument that businesses will try to invest in capital that will decrease employee costs. So in some jobs, they're going to invest in like machinery, tablets that can do the ordering of your food. A lot of people don't. I mean, if you really look at who's getting paid minimum wage, it's service jobs, it's the food sector, and hospitality. Other jobs are not paying. Even manufacturing is not paying minimum wage. Manufacturing jobs, warehouse jobs. I mean, you even know that they're not paying minimum wage.
They're not paying minimum wage, but they're not getting a lot of hours though either.
Right, and that's the key with the manufacturing jobs.
And that's another argument is if it goes to minimum wage and they pay like they raise the minimum wage, a lot of people will lose hours.
Yeah, that's what they did in Seattle. They cut hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But you have more time to spend with your family.
More time spending with your family.
And you got more time to use that extra time to get into the gig economy. Get you a side hustle.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Gig economy.
Okay.
Come on, Tay. World of Controversy podcast. What you know about a gig economy? Yo, y'all know I used to work DoorDash, right? DoorDash was a jam. And that joint really some days that did feel like slavery, but no one was the boss. It was a weird thing.
He did it on a bike, y'all.
I did it on a bike. I know other people who rode the bike around. You know, I got a license. You know what I mean? I always throw that out there. You know what I mean? So people don't be looking at me crazy. I do have a license. I don't drive. But I was on the bike, and it's like the invisible slavery. And if you did calculate how much money you were making, yes, you will get paid over the minimum wage. But it was not much. It was not much.
But then you feel like you had flexibility to create your own hours and be your own boss, sort of, kind of?
I did. Absolutely. I did.
I mean, that is one of the good things, you know, being your own boss and going to work when you want to, when you feel like it, and if you don't want to work, well, That's the good thing about DoorDash, you know.
Uber, Lyft.
Lyft, Grubhub.
Or it can just be like your side hustle. You can start your own business on the
Instacart.
side. He said
Yeah.
Instacart,
Yeah.
Instacart. If you don't know what we're referring to, gig workers and gig work kind of just boomed in, I think they said 2008, when you could get paid through apps to do quote unquote gigs and or
Was it 2008?
that's when it kind of boomed. Yeah, I think that's
I think
when
it got big in 2016 though.
it got huge in 2016. Yeah, but
That's
I know
when I really started noticing it.
I think a lot of them companies, strangely enough, started right after that 2008 recession. If you look at the like which companies got started then, I think Uber and other companies like
Lyft.
Lyft, and what's the one where they let you rent the houses, but it's not hotel?
Airbnb.
Airbnb. Good
Yeah.
gracious! The biggest concept is that it's a scam because you're using your own products to make money on your own time, but you gotta pay an app to get the customers. All you're doing when you do Uber is putting yourself in a car. You become the taxi driver, but somehow Uber is an app that gets part of your wages, and it's just because you're on that app.
It's the internet business.
It's
If you want to
right.
make big money, and you gotta do it through the internet. The internet is the way now. This is the move.
Right. And it goes back to software and how much software is really worth.
Soon, give it another 10, 15 years, you're gonna have to know something in technology to get a job.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be the new world.
Absolutely.
New world, yes, the new world.
They tell me that some of the minimum wage jobs today cannot be outsourced. You can't outsource people who wait on you in restaurants. You can't outsource people that that take care of the hotels, give you a new towel when you ran up the bill on another one. So when people say, "Oh man, if you raise the minimum wage, our jobs are going to China and Russia and other places like the Middle East," that's not completely true, because a lot of these jobs in the service sector, hospitality, and other jobs that pay minimum wage, they can't be outsourced. Have you ever thought about that?
I look at it like this: you don't need to be outsourced. I've been in restaurants during COVID where I didn't even have a waiter. Everything was like you scan it, you pick it, they'll come, they deliver the food, you scan it again, you pay, you leave.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
The QR code for the
right. Yeah.
For the menu, yeah. I hate
You
that.
rarely see a waitress, and then like
Yeah, I
my
hate that
friend,
too.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of Saunders, and it's kind of like almost like an Airbnb apartment type of thing.
Okay.
It's like keyless everything. There's nobody at the front desk.
What?
You go in, you get your key code. Say you book it for
Yeah,
a
I know what
weekend.
you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about? You don't see a person at all. So like, you don't need to outsource. We can just get rid of you with technology, and that's
What?
AI. Like you don't
See,
need
you
it.
took the words out my mouth. Technology. Don't worry about immigrants taking your jobs, China taking your jobs. You need to worry about this technology taking your jobs.
Technology, I've heard, was going to take people's jobs with and without the raising of the minimum wage.
Yes, it is.
So why can't we raise the minimum wage right before technology and these robots get our jobs? Dang it.
Shoot, they building robots to do what we can do.
Jeez, I heard they got the robot flipping the gosh dang burger. You hear about
Yup,
that?
yes, they
Jeez.
do.
Oh my gosh. What
They-
the heck?
It's
They
robots
got
that look like
they got
humans.
robots working manufacturing jobs, warehouse jobs.
Wow.
Yes. And nobody is fighting about this.
No.
But once it gets too late, and it's all robots and technology, y'all gonna be fighting soon. Cause ain't nobody gonna have no jobs.
Right.
So what you think is the solution?
What do I
If
think?
robots and technology is taking over,
The
I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Rob?
I'm gonna let you go first, Jerry.
All right. Okay, yeah, you go ahead because you know I got some controversy.
So when it comes to robots taking over our jobs, right? I think everybody should learn something in technology. Learn as quick as possible, especially in the young people. Like when you're young, like our age, it's easier because once you get old, Oh man, you ever teach your an old person how to work the computer?
Right, how to work them computers. Lord help us. Cell phones.
Bro, I'd be so. I gotta be honest. Sometimes it does be a little like annoying sometimes because you be telling them something so simple and they be like, "Oh, I can't get this, man. This technology thing, I can't get." I'm just, come on, man.
So you would say they have to learn more of technology and working that.
So.
Okay.
I think it is because right now we move into that technology world, the internet world. This is why we do our podcast. You know, eventually we are going to make money off this podcast.
Put it out in the atmosphere. It's gonna happen.
I'll put it out there.
Speak
I'm
it.
speaking it into existence. This is going to happen. He knows my vision.
Yeah.
I told him the vision, and he hopped on the vision.
Yeah.
You started it.
Yeah, I started it.
Yeah, this is his idea. Absolutely. Technology isn't my jam. Now, as for me, I'm about decolonization. Okay, we need to decolonize. Heck that everything the central bank been telling us, because at the end of the day, we need to start looking at what money and what wages are all about. You get the greatest socialist up in here. We'll bring him or her on a podcast like this, and they'll say, okay, people need to work. People need to work. People need to work. As much as we don't want the corporations to get money, they'll say people need to work. And Rob just came to a good point. If our current capitalist system is putting robots and capital before the worker, but the socialists come in there and say that's wrong, but people still need to work. Something's going on here. We gotta like really visualize like what is our work worth and who are we paying? We pay taxes. We pay income tax to the IRS. All this stuff is connected to the central bank. Central bank is a business. It's not a public facility. It's a business. The central banks are not public. It's not the government. It is a secret company, not publicly traded. So we got to really look at where our money is going. And then this is where it gets controversial. I know some people are going to hate me for it. We need to go back to an agrarian, I hope that's the right pronunciation, agrarian central society. So agrarian means we need to go back to farming. We need to go back to living off the land.
Living off the land.
Listen, we need to go back to teaching our kids. First thing first, y'all think, oh yeah, I got a 9 to 5, I'm living good. You going to work for someone else, going home eating the food that someone else made for you. If we went back to owning the land we lived on, farming it, eating the food we got, we teaching our own kids, a lot of this stuff and the problems we have with our health will be gone, and we will be focused on what we have and how we produced it.
Preach to the choir, Jeremy.
Wages.
Preach to the
Rob,
choir.
check this out. Wages implies that you're working and a percentage is going back to you. A wage implies that you're working and a percentage of all the money that you've made for the organization that day gets put in a paycheck and gets sent back to you as in the form of a wage. That sounds kind of like paid slavery, yo.
That is what it is.
That's what a wage is.
Paid slavery.
Minimum wage. We are going to now pay you the absolute minimum. And here goes what I wanted to ask y'all. Why, and this is the biggest argument, why are we putting the responsibility, or how is it that we can put the responsibility, or is it moral to put the responsibility of us getting a living wage on the companies we work for? Do the companies, are they held responsible for paying us a living wage? Dang.
At the end of the day, they can pay you whatever they want.
Right.
I always remember Malcolm X said, he just was like, you complained about them not hiring people of color. How about you start your own business and hire your own people?
Right.
That's how I feel. So if they're the CEO, they can pay you whatever.
Yes.
You had a right to say, I don't want to work here or leave.
Right.
So I totally agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
No, I'm asking that question. I ain't got a point here. I'm just trying to figure out because part of me is like, okay, so the biggest argument I've been doing the research, and the biggest argument is that either we have the government have a social safety net and they subsidize people who are getting paid very little to live, or we put the responsibilities on the companies and make sure these companies pay a living wage. It's either one or the other. It's either one or the other. A lot of the time, it's either one or the other.
But do you want government in on this though?
That's what I'm saying,
Because
and that's the biggest
government
thing.
be screwing us over so much.
Right.
So this is a big fight. What do you think, Tay? Do you think we should have government?
I don't want no parts, but I look at it like this, like with the central banks and Federal Reserve, they pump all these money into the banks.
Right.
And it's causing inflation. And it's like no one really cares about the people.
Right.
So
Right.
my take on it is this: use your 9-to-5 jobs or your skill and talent. Use that to build wealth, invest in more assets. So much so that your asset is going to take away from your 9-to-5 or your skilled job, and then continue to build on it to build wealth. That's why you can live sustainably, and like you said, be in that environment where you're growing your own, you're doing your own. I just, with me, I'm trying to veer off of that government and needing a 9-to-5 or somebody to feed me. Because they can cut me off. Like, it's crazy. I had, I hope nobody on my job is watching. When I was reading, I could have got, like, transferred to another department. I'm still an accountant. And it was like, oh, congratulations on your new role, but we can let you go any moment, any minute without no, like, I don't like that feeling of feeling like somebody's in control of my livelihood. So that's why I think it's best to, like, I think the ultimate goal is to build yourself up to a space where you can exit your job and then you have passive income taking over all your expenses and keep investing in more assets and assets and assets. So you continue to build wealth. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I've been talking to somebody creating that passive income, bro.
I love it.
Eventually, we're gonna be there though.
I love it.
It's a journey, but
it is a journey.
Yeah.
I love it though. Earn your leisure. That's the thing you were telling me about. Earn your leisure.
Yep.
Come on. So we gotta go back to what you said though. The central banks, and I love what you said. She said inflation. All this stuff about minimum wage and this wage and that wage. How is this factoring in the central banks being able to control, manipulate the markets to have inflation? $20 an hour, $15 an hour might not mean $15 an hour, $20 an hour 20 years from now because of inflation. So we're talking all this minimum, maximum wage stuff. We also have to factor in the inflation, and they tell me that the minimum wage, if you factor in the inflation, the minimum wage has not changed much since the 80s. Your value, the same $7.50, $6.50, $5.50 that they had the minimum wage to since like the 80s. If you factor in inflation, there's some ups and downs, but pretty much it's all about the same value that minimum wage is. The same currency that was $5.50 back in the 80s or $7.50 now, it's about actually the same value. Now, obviously, these numbers are coming before the pandemic, and inflation within the last 2 years is ridiculous. We feel that. But, it's kind of disturbing. So, unless you're talking about the central bank's manipulation of inflation, I don't know what you're all really talking about when we talk about the raising of the minimum wage. I don't know. Really, we need to start, and this is what I wrote down too. What we need to be looking at is the minimum wage in relation to the median wage. The median wage is if we looked at a data set of every wage and we took the exact middle number, how close is our minimum to that middle? And in the 60s, it was half of the middle. Now, I think it's like 30-something percent of the minimum.
But you know, like in 1971, President Nixon took gold used to back the dollar,
Yes.
and he took it off, and so our currency has no value.
Come on. Oh, now
come on.
she's talking my language.
Now you talking.
Yeah, now we're
It has no
talking.
value.
Ooh.
So it's like, I think
Wait,
it's a few things.
Monopoly money.
Right.
wait, I got some.
You got something?
Wait. Keep going.
So, like, basically, you should be investing in, like, commodities and precious metals, gold and silver,
Come on.
paper assets, stocks, bonds, or, you could do cryptocurrency, blockchain.
Uh-oh.
Invest in real estate. Like, it's certain things to put your money into because the dollar is worth nothing.
Yeah.
So,
It has no
are
value.
we talking about the difference between money and currency?
Rob? Now, how deep you want to get on this, Rob?
I think we was going
Don't
this
ask
rabbit
a
hole.
question you can't.
I mean, there is a difference between money and currency.
Okay, break that down, brother.
See, money is the physical form, right?
Okay.
Which is tangible.
Tangible, yeah.
Yeah. Money is tangible. Hold on. I just said it. Hold on. I just said it. Oh, wait. No. Money is intangible.
Mhm.
It is the concept of numbers. Currency is the physical form, can be touched, though. So money, which is intangible, which, you got your different forms of money. You got your dollar bills. You got your what is it? Your credit, and those you got, the stocks.
Mhm.
All your different forms of money, right?
Yeah.
Now we got currency, which is the physical form, which is your dollars, gold,
Gold,
silver, all that. See? So, money versus currency.
Right. And that's why we can have a cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency,
Right.
which is digital currency, another form of money.
Right.
Yep.
And that's why they call them NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
NFTs, there you go.
It's a token. It ain't even a dime. It ain't a nickel. It's a quote-unquote token. You know what I mean? It's got the same value of the gosh dang jewels that they used to catch on Sonic X games, man. You know a Sonic X.
We're going to have our own NXT soon.
I would love an NFT. Oh my
What a
gosh.
Conspiracy Podcast will have their own NFT soon, okay?
Yeah, NFTs are cool. I know that we're gonna have an episode on it. We got a really good guest. We think that might be on for that episode. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really well versed in. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed, but I'm not really well versed in NFTs and like the blockchain world too
No.
much.
Okay.
But I am. I do want to get into it because it's going to be the new world. I believe, honestly.
Yes, it
I
will.
don't know how true this is, but I do believe we're going to come to a space where money's going to be obsolete. That
Yes.
physical dollar.
Yeah, it's true.
And
That
it's
is
gonna be-
definitely true.
That is
The
definitely
currency
true.
is going to be the blockchain whole movement. So
Yes.
Yes. Get into Dogecoin, Bitcoins, all them cryptocurrency.
Like going.
do you guys invest in the
NFTs.
cryptocurrency?
I invested in Dogecoin.
Okay. Did you hit that wave when it was
I invested a little late, so
Oh,
but
you
not
become
too
a
late
millionaire?
though. So I didn't get the big wave, but I
okay?
got a little something.
I got Litecoin. I got Litecoin. I got XRP, and I got Bitcoin. And I
Yeah.
suggest everyone at least get those three.
But not Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, I invested in it, and that was a complete joke. I got my money up out of there. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand where y'all coming from.
It's
with
just
it,
like Bitcoin, bro.
it is, but nah. I wasn't a fan. Then again, I hopped on it way late. So I was like, yeah, nah.
Now it's good you guys are getting into it because that is going to be like the new wave.
Yes.
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 Yeah. I advise everyone to like look into it, educate yourself. You know, I got a little bit of Bitcoin, but I do want to. My cousin been on me about Shiba Coin and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah.
I like to do research first, but yeah, it's going to be the new wave. So that's going to be the new form of currency.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Rob.
Uh-oh.
You know I gotta bring some controversy.
You gonna bring some controversy.
This is a World of Controversy podcast.
The
Welcome.
World of Controversy podcast. Come on.
Episode 28. I'm feeling good today. I got a question about them illegal immigrants.
Oh Lord, what is about it, man?
They tell me that they're getting paid for minimum wage and or less. And that raising the minimum wage will somehow create an issue where good working American folk can get these jobs if they're getting paid more. Now, I've come to the conclusion, and other people have argued, that some people ain't willing to pick whatever they're picking. I don't even know what illegal immigrants do on these fields. Are they picking strawberries or blueberries? Anyway, are Americans willing to do that work, even if they're getting paid more?
The illegal immigrants are doing the jobs that nobody wants to do.
Okay, so I am, okay.
Yes, they do the jobs that nobody wants to do. Nobody wants to pick the field, the cotton fields. Nobody want to do the grass. Yeah. Nobody want to...
The dishes illegally and all that stuff, yeah.
Or fix somebody's toilet.
Yeah. Roofing work.
Yes.
Out there working with the Amish. Have you ever seen that? The illegal immigrants got like this connection with the Amish, and sometimes in Pennsylvania you'll see like undocumented folks, I believe, maybe that's the wrong assumption, undocumented folks working with Amish people doing like construction work. Mm-hmm. I've seen this, and it goes back to what you're saying. So if we raise the minimum wage on those jobs, are Americans legally documented, some even born in this country, are they willing to do that work even if they were willing to give or were forced to give $15 an hour? Tay,
look,
will raising the minimum wage fix the illegal immigrant issue?
What, them not having the jobs, or?
I'm going to be honest on this one. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't think it's really going to change that. I think them jobs most Americans do not want to do.
That's what I
And
was
even
thinking.
myself, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to, like, fix anybody's toilet. That toilet work.
Yeah, but that's plumbing. Those are illegal immigrants getting those jobs?
There are some that gets those jobs. But the only thing is, they get paid less, though. Most of the illegal immigrants get paid less. So the arguments of illegal immigrants taking our jobs, they do the jobs that nobody wants.
Right.
And if you really want to do it, get up off your behind and do the job.
Right.
Do it. Because you're here, you can easily get it way quicker than any illegal immigrants can get. Like, for real. And then just do the job. That's all.
But you're going to have to work in them slaughterhouses, yo.
Then, if...
Do you know much about like what illegal immigrants are actually doing? Because I feel like I'm exposing
but
something.
But here's the
to people.
thing, though.
Like,
if Americans want the job, they would take the job. They would do the job.
Bro, I know a lot of people willing to slay that, you know what I mean?
You know
pig
how
out
people,
here, man.
if they want to slay the pig, then go out there and slay some pigs.
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. Hood people need jobs.
Hood people ain't trying to apply for them jobs.
Bro, they're slaying Cain. They ain't slaying the pig. See, that's the problem.
See? So how are we fighting about somebody that's taking the jobs that nobody wants to apply for, nobody wants to do, and...
First off, this government needs to figure out a way to get the people who need the jobs to the job. All these people poor up in the city, how are they gonna get to Arkansas, Texas, and or Arizona? I mean, am I just trying to figure out like the biggest problems? Because I'm trying to let y'all know there's a lot of people who need jobs, and I think they're willing to work pick up some blueberries, strawberries, and kill some cattle. But I'm just trying to understand, why can't we get the people who need the job to the job, and where are these illegal immigrants coming from? And why are they willing to work for $7.25? Is it the illegal part, or do you want to do this? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to understand.
So
they trying to live in America.
can I
That's
say
all.
Right, and that's
Oh,
what it
sorry.
is. Right.
We've been
Oh,
cutting
yeah,
you
go
off.
ahead,
I'm
son.
So
sorry.
y'all was going in. It's all right. So when I lived in North Carolina, this was like back in 2010, right?
Uh-oh.
This was a big issue, like illegal immigrants coming in on like trucks and like working. The thing was, like you said, people don't want to work them kind of jobs. Those
Yup.
under the table, and they felt like the undocumented people, they could pay lower wages because they're not documented, so we could pay you anything.
Yup.
You know, that was a big thing, but it's like, let's be honest with ourselves. You don't want to do that job. And if we fast forward to today, every job is hiring. There's no excuse people can't find a job. Everyone's hiring. Whether you're in corporate or you work in a retail, everybody's hiring. 50% of people are leaving the workforce right now. So it's all these job opportunities. So, but nobody want to work them jobs. The illegal immigrants want to work below wage and under the table. You don't want to do it.
I hear a restaurant industry will be trash if those people ain't working. That's what I heard. I don't know why or how though.
It is, but think about it. So the restaurant workers aren't working. That means like the boss, or it's only a few people, and that means like the customer service might not be as great. The food might not be as great because you don't have that many workers. So they said a lot of like food industries is like falling apart. So that makes sense though. If you don't have any workers. Yeah.
Hey Rob, have you ever been to like a diner and like you ever see like the cook like I used to go to school in Kutztown.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm already gonna let y'all know. You know what I mean? I know how it is out in these outside of Philly, and everyone's working. You know, Caucasian looking people, and then you look at who's cooking the food, and like the kitchen window will open up, and it's like a Mexican person out there in Kutztown. And I always thought it was weird because I don't think I've ever seen a Mexican or a Hispanic person living in the actual town. But here, sure enough, you go to a diner and like outside of Philly, and like if you look back there, you'll be like, yo, this American food, you know, great Americana food is getting cooked by, I'm not saying they're all illegal, but I always thought it was like interesting that, you know, oh man, that person was able to get a job, and I don't think I've ever seen another type of, you know, that ethnic group actually in the town. That's why I'm like, so what is happening there? Is that what they're saying when they say the restaurant industry would be like gone if we got rid of illegal immigrants? How low? I mean, like, how much are they getting paid? Have you ever talked to one? Like, how much are they really getting paid?
I haven't gotten detail about like their wages, but I've talked to some of them undocumented.
Wow.
Yeah.
We gotta do the research. Definitely. Wow.
But can I be the devil's advocate though? Like, cause I worked at a community college in North Carolina, and I spoke to some of the kids that came, and it sucks because it's like your parents are coming to try to give you a better life, but you're undocumented. So that means you can't really get financial aid for school, and sometimes you can't get a job. So it's like, how can they survive? So that's why like a lot of jobs do pay under the table. They got to do whatever they can. But it's like, I feel for them a little bit.
I know.
It's like you kind of got, not forcing this, but your parents try to give you a better life, but it's actually a detrimental to you because you're not documented.
You're between a rock and a hard place. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh man, Rob, what's up with these homeless and these poor people though? I'm really trying to understand. She just told me everyone. She told me that everyone's hiring. I don't understand what is the problem. If everyone's hiring, everyone can get work. Correct? I mean, you know, some poor folk. I mean, what's going on?
I know some poor folks. I heard everybody hiring. Not everybody accepting though.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
That's true.
So, and it goes back to what I was saying about the wage. There's some people they're not working, so they're not getting a percentage of what they're working. And some people have argued that, you know, homeless person out there with a cup, panhandling. No, that's a type of work. Oh, see, people laughing.
See,
Tay, I'm not
yeah.
trying to expose you, but why she smirk when I say that? You know,
Yo, ho.
the arm muscles. You know what I mean? You got the cup out there, and it's cold, and no. Listen,
you're not gonna do this to my friend now, okay?
Oh
He got
man,
a pocket.
Don't
someone
be,
told me that. I don't know. I
don't
don't
be
do
doing that to my friend talking about you about to expose people.
Nah,
okay?
because I
'Cause
don't like
I'ma
when people
expose
laugh at
you.
the homeless. I don't get it.
I'll expose you here on this podcast.
Hey,
I
listen.
got your back, okay, Say?
You give. What did the good book say? You give to the poor. It's like lending to God. Love it.
It is.
Does. The word does say, if you give to the poor, you're a friend of the Lord.
Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rob?
All right, where we at? Okay. Well, we're about to wrap this up. This was a great episode. Don't you guys think?
Absolutely.
Lovely. All right. This is the Word of Controversy podcast. Podcast to give you all forms of controversy. We are coming to the conclusion. Our good friend, our guest, Shaunta Davis. Oh man, I'm so happy to have you on today.
Appreciate
You were
it.
so awesome.
Thank you guys.
If you got anything you wanted to promote, an event, social media, any thing you're doing, this is your time.
Okay. Well, tax season is coming along. If you need tax preparation services or if you have a small business, you need somebody to help you with your finances, I'm an accountant. Come holler at me. HiddenFigures.com, HiddenFiguresLLC.com, and you can book a session with me, and I would love to help you.
Girl, I'm the first one on there, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna help me out a lot figuring out my finances. Oh yeah. You're gonna be our accountant, okay, for the World Controversy podcast, okay?
So when y'all blow up,
Yep. You helping us out,
Mhm.
okay?
I love your girl. I got you.
Yeah, you definitely are.
We need it. Money just disappears in our account, so I don't know.
I'm
Here's
bad.
the thing. This is what you guys gotta do.
Okay, last word.
Money,
I love it.
last word. I'm gonna leave you guys with this, and
Ooh.
whoever's tuning in.
Ooh.
Money is a tool. Use it to buy assets to make you more money. That
Woo!
is the
Come
thing.
on, girl.
Money is a tool.
All right, replay that one. Use it to buy assets.
Yes.
Buy assets.
Buy assets. Buy things. Put your money into things that's going to make you more money.
Okay.
Don't put it in
Investments.
Investments, real estate, your
I like it.
business, and maybe you invest in yourself to better yourself to make more money.
Come on.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
I'm all about trying to that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I do.
some wisdom.
That's what I
See?
do.
See, that's why you are an accountant. Then you know what you're financial accountant, secretary, okay?
Advisor,
Advisor.
minister of finance, all of it.
Yeah, you're the minister of finance, okay?
Yeah.
This is official.
It's
okay?
official?
This is
Okay.
official, okay?
Thank
Not
you.
just announcing on the podcast. It's official.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Follow the World Controversy Podcast, WOC_pod on YouTube. World Controversy Podcast on Facebook, WOC_pod on Instagram, and WOC_pod on Twitter. Thank you. This is a good episode. We're going to see you next time. Good night.